Hi, welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes. So today we are working on a Toyota Alphard again. Alright, so as we know, at night this whole panel is boring. There's no lights, there's no ambient, there's no mood. Alright, it's dark. I'm gonna change that with this. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is actually press on this button over here and put it to reversed. Then we will remove the gear knob. Then we'll open this and then we'll pull this out. Once we pull this out, there'll be some sockets at the back. Disconnect all of them. Okay, now that we have everything taken out, we need to identify a couple of things. First is where to place the item, and then where to rotate. So depending on whether you want the light to be on at all times or if you want the light to only turn on when you turn on your lights, okay? So I'm gonna go for when I turn on the lights, this light will turn on. Okay, so get back to you. Okay, so it's basically just a simple double-sided tape. Tape it up. Alright, and just make sure that this does not hinder with the shifting. Alright, so to test that, alright, before you stick it, you can actually test it, alright, by pressing this button over here and then moving this. Alright, so just press it. Okay, and then okay, so it's not touching anything. Then you run the wire from here to the back, from here to the back, come to this side. So initially I was going to tap it over to this wire over here. Alright, this is supposed to be for the coin box that was over here, but I noticed there was another cable at the back here that was not being used up, and when I use a voltmeter to test it, alright, this is actually linked to the lights. So I'm using this, and what I did is just connect it like that. Alright, and then when I turn on the lights, ta-da! Okay, so now all that's left to do is just assemble back everything. So time skip. Okay, and we've got everything installed, just the final piece. Alright, there you have it. Okay, so what I do see is that it fits everything back properly, except for a bit on this side. Alright, if it's not really noticeable, but it is indeed something that you can press in a bit, but either way it's not very noticeable. And another thing I noticed is that you might need to put your finger in a bit in order to unlock this. Alright, it's no longer as easy as earlier because this is probably pushing it up a bit. Alright, but all in all, looks okay. Okay, another time skip to night time. Let's do it! Okay, hold up. Alright, as you can see in the video, it was a bit too bright. It was actually annoying to drive with. It's glaring. So what I've done is I have actually cut the hole bigger so that the panel will actually sit in front of it, in front of this acrylic. Okay, so let's see the result. Okay. Okay, so there you have it. It's no longer glaring, it looks nicer, it's not too bright. Alright, so let me turn this off first. Okay, so The benefit of actually doing it this way, where I actually cut it so that it actually fits behind the bezel here, is that the lock release here actually works as normal, and you see that the gaps over here is no longer present. Alright, earlier there was a gap here because the acrylic sits on top of the, it sits on the bottom of this panel, so the panel comes up a bit. Alright, whereas in this manner it's actually sitting at the back, so the whole panel is actually able to go in perfectly fine, like normal, like original. Alright, and you wouldn't even know there's light there until you turn it on. Okay, so this is nice. This is what I like. Okay, so let's talk a bit about this project. So in terms of time, it takes roughly about 15 minutes, but it took me about half an hour to actually cut the acrylic to fit behind this thing. Okay, so all in all 45 minutes plus wiring. Okay, but whether or not you want to do this, it's entirely up to you. It's aesthetic purpose. There's no other reason to do it besides aesthetics. It does make the car look better, especially at night when I'm driving. It doesn't look so dark inside here. Okay, after the modification, it's not glaring as well. That's good. Before that, even my wife was complaining. She's sitting at the passenger side, and she's always complaining that it's too bright, it's too glaring, it's annoying her. She can't sleep, she can't read her phone properly because at the corner of her eyes the lights are there. Alright, but this is much better. She said this is perfect. It doesn't disturb her at all. Okay, cost. How much it costs for this acrylic? It's about 60 plus ringgit, so that's roughly about 15 to 16 US dollars. All right, it's quite cheap. What can I say? The LEDs can be upgraded to multicolor LEDs, but I kind of like this ice blue color, so maybe in the future my ambience lights will be changed to ice blue as well. Okay, so that's it for this DIY. Yeah, that's nothing much else to talk. Okay, so if you like this video, hit the like. If you dislike it, you can always hit this, but leave us a comment on how we can improve further. All right, and if you have not done so, and I know a lot of you have not done so, hit the subscribe and hit the like button. Sorry, hit the bell button. Hit the bell button so you get notified on my future uploads. There are more videos coming, so stay tuned, and till then, have a nice day.